everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a bit of a different video here. I'm trying out something new. I'm not really going off of a script or anything right now, but anyways, hi, welcome. First and foremost, I want to apologize for not issuing any new content lately. My life kind of just got hit with a bunch of stress all at once. There was a bunch of things having to do with my mental health, and then with my physical health, and then just like a bunch of stress in my real life. And I'm not going to go into any details about any of that, but it's been kind of crazy, so it was hard for me to really focus on making content. I know that it can be frustrating when creators don't upload consistently. You're like, where's the new content? This person isn't making videos. Why should I keep following them? And for me, my channel has always been more of a hobby. It's not my job. So taking a lot of time to focus on the channel, it depends on other situations in my life. So for everyone who has stuck around, I really appreciate you. I appreciate you sticking around. Thank you so much for just your understanding and your patience. I am still working on bigger videos. I am currently working on a fictional cult breakdown. I have a lot of footage from that I need to sort through and get edited so that I can start working on the final product. This is just going to be something a little different that I do in the meantime, where I'm going to just do things like nice and casual. I'm not going to do a lot of heavy deep dives like I sometimes do into the topics that I cover. So everything that I'm stating in these type of videos is just like my thoughts, my opinions. It's not to be taken 100% as fact, and I highly encourage people to take everything that I have to say with a grain of salt, just in case I accidentally spread any misinformation. That would not ever be my intent. It's just that, you know, when you don't take a lot of time to look into something, you sometimes get details wrong, but sometimes I just don't want to do the heavy research. I'm really excited about this new fictional cult breakdown because my husband, Fluff, has been helping me with this. This was actually an idea that he came up with, and I was like, ooh, yeah, I really like that idea. No spoilers yet, but this is gonna be a pretty big project for me, which is part of why it's taking so long, you know, with everything else going on. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, and I hope that you guys are looking forward to it too. So as far as spare thoughts that I had, one thing that I haven't really done a whole lot of digging into, but I've been thinking about it a lot, is recently with the whole thing with Black Oxygen Organics, also referred to simply as B.O.O. I was originally going to do a deep dive into them around October, but my energy and motivation was just like, so I didn't end up doing it. And it was kind of funny because, you know, shortly afterwards, it was announced that they are in a really deep lawsuit. I think it's a federal lawsuit, not just a class action one, because I think that they're in trouble for allegedly, I have to say that for legal reasons, allegedly having unsafe levels of toxic heavy metals in their products. Anyone who isn't aware with B.O.O. Organics, they were basically taking swamp dirt, like swamp mud, and saying they were like extracting a certain type of nutrient from this sludge, and then selling it as a product that people were like consuming, and they were bathing in it, and they were like giving it to their kids, and it was like, oh god. And part of what like slowed down my motivation to research it was there's a lot of pictures being posted online from these people who have been consuming these products, and they were having parasites come out of them, and they were like, oh, this product is cleansing my body of the parasites. But it's like, no, this was stuff that was in the dirt, and you consumed it, and now your body is trying to get rid of it. That's, oh my god. It was a whole mess. So yeah, there's this huge lawsuit going on about it, and very shortly after the announcement of this lawsuit, Black Oxygen Organics basically sent a message to all their distributors saying, we're shutting down everything immediately. No more Black Oxygen Organics. Sorry guys, bye. I actually have mixed feelings on this because, if you've seen my, what was it? Newborn Feathers video, I am not a very big fan of when these MLMs just like suddenly drop their distributors with zero heads up, and it's like they just have all this leftover inventory and this is like their attempted source of income. Sometimes they're only one and they're just left thinking, well, now what the hell am I supposed to do? So I'm not a big fan of that, but at the same time, I think that in cases like Black Oxygen Organics, this is a good thing that they immediately shut down. Now, their reasons for immediately shut down are, you know, obviously kind of shady. I did see some allegations that they were possibly smuggling in the product illegally, or at the very least, they were shipping it even though the FDA had put a hold on the product. So that's kind of sketch. I don't have a lot of info on that, so I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert on that situation. But it is pretty sketch, in my opinion. The main thing is that these products, from what we were seeing, were causing actual physical harm to anyone who was consuming it, whether consuming it through, you know, eating it as a product or they were using it on their skin or whatever. So shutting that down quickly, I think, is probably a good thing, because the sooner you put a stop to that, the less people are going to continue to be harmed. Once the leftover inventory is cycled through, hopefully people will hear about this lawsuit and just not use the products. But unfortunately, given the way misinformation tends to be spread within MLMs, I have a feeling that distributors are going to look at this and just think that it's some sort of hate campaign or mass hysteria. But I think that we need to look into the science outside of studies conducted by Black Oxygen Organics themselves. And the reason this lawsuit came up is because independent testers were testing these products and they found these dangerous levels of toxic materials. So I think it's a big health concern. And when it's a health concern, that's where I'm more supportive of instant shutdown. I still think that it puts the distributors in a very tough spot, but in this case, it was for the greater good. I mean, I don't think that B.O.O was looking out for their best interest. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that at least the shutdown will hopefully help protect their distributors from further harm. That was the original stuff on my notes, at least. But apparently, I just heard this morning, I woke up to information on my Twitter feed that apparently Nuskin, which is a different MLM, got a new CEO. And apparently they're switching things up with the business model, so it'll be less direct sales and, you know, multi-level marketing, and more of an affiliate program, at least allegedly. I need to look into the exact details of how that program is going to work to see whether or not I would still categorize it as an MLM. But that was actually pretty weird to wake up and see that. And it's like, oh, Nuskin is changing things up. And I think that's actually kind of exciting that we're seeing a lot of change in the MLM world lately, where there has been a lot more crackdowns. It seems like there's been a lot more investigation into things, and more MLMs seem to be, you know, trying to scoot away from the MLM business structure so that they don't get in trouble. Of course, there's all the ones that are still fighting tooth and nail to, you know, be able to stay the way they are and to keep government regulations from coming in and restricting them. We see a lot of that with especially Amway and the DeVos family. I think it's pronounced DeVos. It's either DeVos or DeVos. Names, I'm bad with names. But it seems like there's been a bit of a shift lately, and I don't want to, you know, have a lot of false hope. I don't want to, you know, count my chickens before they hatch or anything, but there's been some good news lately, and I think that that's something that we should at least hold on to and be like, hey, us spreading awareness, I think it's working. The more voices talk about this, the more the general public is aware of this and looks into things. And there's always going to be people who, you know, aren't educated about MLMs and the risks. Levi, what are you doing? I'm sorry, my dog is being a silly snoop. Come here, Bobo. There's always going to be people that aren't fully educated about multi-level marketing and the risks. I'm not saying that they're stupid or ignorant. I'm saying that they just simply aren't aware of the facts. And so us working to help spread the facts and help them make informed decisions is really important. That's why I'm continuing to keep my platform to try to be a safer space for people who are trying to learn more about MLMs even while they're still in them. I am not going to make personal attacks or anything like that. I don't want to be making fun of people's appearance or be calling them stupid or anything like that, because that's not fair and that's not productive. I was actually talking about this on Twitter with Fox and Compass because she's the one who brought it up, and I think that she made a very excellent point about focusing our attention not on making fun of distributors, but instead focusing on the issues within the companies themselves. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these people are being preyed upon, and I think that just giving them the chance to know the truth and make their own decisions from there, that's what's important. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys don't mind that I'm just slapping some game footage on here. I didn't want to do a bunch of heavy editing into this video, so I was like, oh, I'll just put something on the screen so that, you know, there's some sort of visual stimulus and it's not just a blank screen or a still image for the entire time. If there's anything you'd like me to talk about in the future for any reason, feel free to leave a comment, or you can go on my Twitter or my Facebook page. Speaking of which, if you like this, be sure to subscribe to follow my social media. I also have a Ko-fi that I'll be linking in the description if you feel like you want to help support the channel. No pressure, it's just a thing that's there if you want. Yeah, if you want me to talk about anything in particular, feel free to bring it up as a suggestion. I may or may not talk about it in the next video. As far as release schedules for these, I was thinking about maybe doing it around midnight my time. That would be Arizona time, so it'll be different depending on the time of year, because we are the smart people who were like, hey, DST is stupid and irrelevant now, so yeah, I am rambling, so I should get off. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see you all in the next video, whether it's the fictional cult breakdown or another one of these videos. Stay safe, take care of yourselves, be kind, and I'll see you back in the graveyard very soon. Bye!